Imagine a world where our average global temperature has increased by 2 degrees Celsius. It may seem insignificant, but this slight rise in temperature could drastically alter our planet as we know it. Climate change, a phrase we've all heard, is a significant shift in weather patterns and global temperatures over an extended period. It's not just about hotter summers or colder winters, but a systemic change that could affect every aspect of life on Earth. From melting polar ice caps to more frequent and severe weather events, the consequences are far-reaching and potentially catastrophic. And the most unsettling part, these changes are happening right now, and at a pace faster than any of us could have predicted. We're not talking about a distant future. We're talking about the world our children and their children will inherit. This is not a dystopian fiction, but a possibility if climate change continues unabated. The fingerprints of human activities are clear on the thermostat of our planet. The way we live, the choices we make, they all shape the world we inhabit. And in many ways, they are the driving forces behind the climate crisis. Take burning fossil fuels, for example. These energy sources, coal, oil, natural gas, they've powered our civilization for centuries. But when we burn them, they emit carbon dioxide, a potent greenhouse gas that traps heat in the Earth's atmosphere. And as we've grown more reliant on these fuels, their carbon emissions have skyrocketed, turning our planet into a giant greenhouse. But it's not just about the energy we use. It's also about the choices we make with our land. Deforestation, for instance, is another critical contributor to climate change. Trees are nature's carbon sinks, absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere. But when we cut them down to make way for agriculture or urban development, we're not just losing these natural allies in the fight against climate change, we're also releasing all the carbon they've stored back into the atmosphere. It's like a double whammy for our planet. And then there are our industrial processes. Everything from the clothes we wear to the gadgets we use, they all come from factories that often rely on fossil fuels. These factories emit a host of greenhouse gases, including methane and nitrous oxide, both of which are even more potent than carbon dioxide. In essence, our modern lifestyle is adding fuel to the fire of climate change. And while we can't turn back time, we can choose to make more sustainable choices. Choices that respect our planet and safeguard our future, because in the end, it's not just about the world we live in, it's about the world we leave behind. While we bear a significant part of the blame, we are not the sole culprits. The world we inhabit has always been subject to natural climate variations caused by factors beyond our control. Consider volcanic eruptions. They spew out clouds of ash and gas, including carbon dioxide, into our atmosphere. These can have a cooling effect on the planet, creating a kind of volcanic winter. Yet paradoxically, they also release greenhouse gases that contribute to global warming. Then there's solar radiation. Our sun doesn't always shine with the same intensity. Its energy output fluctuates in cycles, influencing Earth's climate. When solar activity is high, our planet warms up a bit. When it's low, we cool down. These natural phenomena have shaped Earth's climate for millions of years. But here's the kicker. They're dwarfed by the effects of human-induced climate change. Nature has always played its part, but our actions have tipped the balance. The domino effect of climate change is already knocking at our doors. It's reshaping the world as we know it, and not for the better. From the North Pole to the South, the fingerprints of climate change are visible, and they're leaving a trail of devastation. Firstly, let's talk about the rising temperatures. Now, we all enjoy a warm day here and there, but this is a different ballgame. The Earth's average temperature has risen by nearly 1 degree Celsius since the late 19th century. This might seem like a small number, but in the context of our planet's delicate balance, it's akin to a fever. And this fever is triggering extreme weather events. We've all seen the headlines: hurricanes more destructive than ever, heat waves shattering records, droughts stretching over years, and winters so cold they make history. These aren't random occurrences, but symptoms of a world out of balance. And then there's the rising sea levels, another consequence of these increased temperatures. As polar ice caps melt, the sea levels creep up, inch by inch, threatening coastal communities. Islands are disappearing and homes are being swallowed by the sea. But it's not just our homes at risk. The natural world is suffering too. Climate change threatens biodiversity, pushing many species towards extinction. As temperatures rise, habitats change or disappear altogether. Polar bears are losing the ice they depend on. Coral reefs, the rainforests of the sea, are bleaching and dying as the oceans warm. We're losing not just individual species, but entire ecosystems. This isn't just about the loss of beautiful landscapes or the creatures that inhabit them. It's about the very web of life that sustains us. Every creature, every plant, every microbe plays a part in this intricate network. And as we lose them, we lose the essential services they provide. Pollination, decomposition, oxygen production, carbon storage, and so much more. We are not just losing landscapes, but the very web of life we are a part of. And it's high time we realize the gravity of what's at stake. The road to recovery is long, but every journey starts with a single step. In our quest to combat climate change, we often get overwhelmed by the magnitude of the problem. We may ask ourselves, what can one person do? But that's just it, isn't it? Change doesn't always have to be grand or monumental. Sometimes the smallest actions make the biggest waves. Think about it. By choosing renewable energy sources like solar, wind, or hydropower, we can significantly reduce our carbon footprint. These clean energy sources are not only sustainable, but they also emit little to no greenhouse gases. It's as if we're giving the Earth a break, a chance to breathe and recover. Water, the lifeblood of our planet, is another resource that we can make a conscious effort to conserve. A simple act like turning off the tap while brushing your teeth can save up to 8 gallons of water a day. That's almost 3,000 gallons a year. And what about our waste? We live in a throwaway society where single-use items are the norm. But by reducing our waste and supporting eco-friendly products, we can help lessen the pressure on our landfills and oceans. Reusable shopping bags, composting kitchen scraps, refusing unnecessary packaging. These are all small steps that lead to big changes. Lastly, let's not forget about the power of green. Planting trees, preserving natural habitats, supporting local wildlife. These actions not only help maintain our biodiversity, but also act as a natural buffer against climate change. So, let's start today. Let's make those small changes in our daily routines. Let's choose the green option, the clean option, the sustainable option. Let's be mindful of our resources and respectful of our planet. For in the end, it's not just about us. It's about the generations to come, the future of our world. Every drop counts in the ocean, and so does every small act in our fight against climate change. In the face of a global challenge, we need global solidarity. The power of collective action is immense, and the potential for change is extraordinary. Each of us, in our own small ways, can contribute to a healthier planet. Whether it's by using renewable energy, reducing our waste, or supporting eco-friendly products, every action matters. Each tree we plant, each plastic bottle we recycle, and each car trip we forego is a step towards a more sustainable future. We need to remember that our daily choices have a global impact. And when we all act together, the cumulative effect of our actions can be monumental. This is not a battle we can win alone. It's the collective effort of millions of people making conscious environmental choices that will turn the tide on climate change. Together, we can turn the tide on climate change and secure a sustainable future for the generations to come.